Looking for an easy side hustle that'll have you rolling in cash? Something you can do from the comforts of your own home? You've come to the right video. Today, for those looking to make a little extra money, we'll be showing you what domain flipping actually is and how even you can do it to great effect. Without further ado, let's get started. Buying domain names and reselling them for a profit can become a very successful side hustle that can be done from anywhere, anytime with an internet connection. Despite the field being slightly controversial, some domain flippers have made millions of dollars by selling domain names, making a living from something most people don't even know about. Here's a fun fact to put into perspective how big domain flipping can become even for you. According to GoDaddy, the most expensive domain ever sold was cars.com, valued at a whopping $872 million. Let's take a deeper look at domain flipping, including how to make money flipping domain names and any potential risks. So, what exactly is domain flipping? Web domains are purchased and sold on an open market. Therefore, as a domain investor, you have the opportunity to profit from them, kind of like real estate. However, unlike flipping real estate, you do not need to fix up a domain name or website in order to sell it. All you have to do is buy the domain name and then list it for sale on the internet. Instead of selling it straight immediately, you may wait until there is more demand for the domain name. When the time is perfect, you might sell it to an interested buyer directly or through a domain flipping website. Domain flipping carries some risk because there is no certainty that a domain name will increase in value. However, conducting proper research will assist you in discovering potentially valuable domains. Sounds simple enough. How does it actually work? You can rest assured that the procedure is actually pretty simple. To begin your own domain flipping business, you must first obtain a domain name, which you can accomplish through a variety of websites. Some places to buy domain names include, but are not limited to, GoDaddy, Bluehost, Domains.com, Namecheap, and Flippa. You can also buy a recently expired name using a technique known as domain drop catching or domain sniping. Website owners often have 30 to 90 days to renew their domain name. If their payment falls behind, you can usually get a bargain deal on a domain name. Here are a few websites where you may track and buy recently expired domain names: Namejet, JustDropped.com, and ExpiredDomains.net. You have a few alternatives when it comes to selling your domain name. For example, you can make your contact information available in the Whois database so that a prospective buyer can contact you directly about acquiring the domain name. Whois is a popular internet database that stores domain owners' names and contact information. If you don't want your personal information to be visible to the public, you can usually hide it by purchasing domain privacy from your domain host. You could also develop a landing page on the domain page that states that the domain is for sale and directs users on the next steps they can take to buy your domain. You could also put the domain up for sale on a website like afternick.com, dan.com, cedo.com, and GoDaddy auctions. You can charge a flat cost for the domain name or hold a domain auction and allow users to bid on it. These marketplaces can help to streamline the domain flipping procedure, although they do charge a fee. GoDaddy, for example, charges 20% on domain name sales of up to $5,000. It's a good idea to use a service like escrow.com to finalize the deal. Escrow is the use of a third party to temporarily retain funds until a purchase is completed. As with selling real estate, putting money in escrow can assist to safeguard both you and the buyer as you transfer domain name ownership. You must be wondering, there's a lot to be gained here. Does that mean I'll also have to invest a lot? The answer is, not at all, my friend. Domain flipping has incredibly low startup costs because a domain name can be purchased for less than a measly $10 per year. Some expert flippers buy thousands of domain names, but you should definitely start small at first to get a feel of the thing. When you advertise and sell your domain names through marketplaces, you may be charged a commission. Aside from these charges, plus the cost of using a computer and an internet connection, there are no other costs associated with domain flipping, making it one of the finest side hustles for anyone trying to keep initial costs low. Now we come to the all-important question: how much can you actually earn from this? Is it worth all the time and the effort? We'll let the statistics answer that for you. It most certainly is worth the hustle if you buy a domain name for a low price, then sell it for a high price. The amount you can make is entirely dependent on the price of the domain. As previously stated, some names, such as toys.com and slots.com, have sold for millions of dollars. Nowadays, there may be considerable competition for in-demand names, making it more difficult to obtain domains that could net you a huge profit. However, if you acquire a domain name for $10 and sell it for $100, you'll make $90 profit. If you can replicate that success 10 times, you'll have generated a very strong $900 in profits. The amount you earn is also determined by whether you see domain flipping as a side hustle or a full-time job. For those that are dedicated to making this their full-time job, this can become incredibly rewarding once you've got the knack for it. One important tip to keep in mind: just like any other side job, the money you make selling domain names is taxable. Though the distinction between regular income and capital gains is a little unclear, so it may be better to discuss this with a financial expert. In any case, keep track of your income and expenses so you can declare them on your taxes. Now that we've got you through most of the general idea of domain flipping, here are some tips you should keep in mind. They'll ensure you stand out from the crowd since not many people know about these. Determine the potential worth of a domain by taking these things into account. 1. Length. Short domain names generally end up being more valuable. 2. Brandability. A brandable domain is one that a company would want to buy and establish a brand around. You could, for example, buy a domain that includes a city name and sell it to a local business. 3. Search friendliness. This is also known as search engine optimization, or SEO. Is the name something that customers are likely to type into a search engine? Google's Keyword Planner, Ahrefs, and other tools can assist you in assessing whether you've found a good domain name. 4. Use a well-known domain extension, such as .com or .io. If you notice a new extension gaining popularity, you should strive to get in on the ground floor. For example, the .gg extension has grown in popularity among gamers. 5. Evaluate the domain's backlink profile. Check to discover whether any other websites are linking to an expired domain name before purchasing it. This link juice from other sites can increase a website's domain authority, potentially making it more appealing to customers. This information can be found using a tool such as Moz or Ahrefs. 6. Check that the domain name is not blacklisted. You can use a tool like Links That Rank to double check that a domain name does not have a negative Google background. 7. Research the sale price of similar domains in the past. Tools like NameBio can provide significant insights and assist you in determining whether a domain is worth purchasing. 8. Don't rush into selling. Timing plays a role in your domain flipping success. Rather than selling immediately, it may make sense to keep a domain for a while until you can sell it for a bigger price. Well, now that you understand domain flipping a little better, there are still some things to watch out for. The single biggest risk of domain flipping is that you'll make a bad investment that does not pay off. There's no assurance that a buyer would want to acquire your domain name for more than you paid for it, or even at all. One way to counteract these risks is by not spending more money than you're willing to lose. As previously stated, you can get a domain for less than $10 per year, allowing you to start small and grow as you gain experience. So, will you be trying domain flipping out? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.